Hi. Beef jerky is great for snacking on, and the stores are full of it, but it's really expensive in the stores. And you can make it at home. You don't need a smokehouse or a smoker. I'm going to show you how to do that. And what I use is one of my favorite products, and it's not a sponsor. It's LEM Backwoods Jerky Seasoning. And I buy it in a box like this. It comes with 4 different flavors, 4 different packs. I have original mesquite, hickory, and hot. And I've used LEM products for years, and they make a good product. So it's a lot easier to do it like that. I think it was 16 bucks on Amazon for the 4 different flavors, and it comes, each pack has a pack of cure in it. So that's what I'm going to use. And I normally buy round steak, but it's super hard to find nowadays. So I bought a 2-pound piece of top sirloin. I've already started preparing some. So what I like to do is cut it in thin strips like this. You can see it's just a thin strip. And I like to use a meat pounder that has the little indentations on it. And all you have to do is give it a light pound. You don't have to beat it to death. Flip it over. Get the other side. It's just my method. I like how it thins it out so the seasoning and cure can get in it really well. And of course you want to trim off fat, silver skin. Put it in your bowl. And continue on. Just thin slice. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's just beef jerky. I like this original flavor. I've used it many times. Now you can see just a light pounding that you get a pretty flat piece of meat. You could do it with the other side. I just like this side. It tenderizes it a little bit more. Lets the cure and the seasoning get into the meat a little bit better. This making beef jerky isn't hard at all, and in no time you can make a pretty good amount of it and have it for snacking on. Little odd shaped piece like that. Just give it a pound. You can trim that fat off. Couple more pieces here. Is easier to slice if it's good and cold, partially frozen. Couple more pieces. I think that's got it. Take that fat. You don't want a mouthful of fat. Beef jerky. It's simple enough to do. You want it all about same thickness. Okay. So now, we want to get our seasoning in it. This is enough seasoning for 2 pounds. I'll give you the ingredients for 1 pound of meat. These packages cure 5. So if you're doing a smaller batch, you can do that. So just sprinkle some in there. Get in there with your fingers. Get it all coated good. Oh, it's got some pepper in it. It made me cough. Mix it good. Everything's got seasoning and cure. That's what you're going for. And you can tell the meat is going from a pinkish color to a brownish color. That cure and that seasoning is starting to coat it all well. There we have it. Now, all right, our seasoning is covered good. We're going to add 1/2 cup of cold water. That's basically a marinade. Last thing we want to do is bag it. Just a big Ziploc. Smells good. See, pour the rest of the cure water and seasoning in the bowl, in the bag. Handling meat like this, washing your hands constantly is a good idea. Get rid of our cutting board here. Now, meat's in the bag. Get the air out of it. There we go. So now we need to put it in the fridge and let it marinate or cure for 8 hours. You can pull it out every now and then, massage it a bit, make sure everything's covered, but in the fridge for 8 hours. So we'll do that, and then we'll continue on, and I'll show you how we finish up our beef jerky. Okay, we are back. Our beef has been marinating in the seasonings and curing the water for 8 hours. I've dumped it into a bowl to drain off any residual liquid. And I've already processed some. So we want to use the meat tenderizer again to kind of shape our jerky and make sure it's the same size. But keep in mind, the meat's wet and soft. So if you go crazy with this thing, the kitchen's gonna look like a crime scene. So just gently give it some taps. That's all you need to do. I've got a drying rack on a cookie sheet lined with aluminum foil. I've sprayed it so the meat doesn't stick. I think we can get it all on here. We just want to get good airflow. And one more piece. Right in there. So there. Our meat is ready to go. Wash my hands real quick. Now, at this stage, all we need to do is dehydrate it. And we're going to do that in the oven at 200 degrees. Now, if you get the LEM kit with the seasonings, in the instructions it says give it an hour and 15 minutes on each side. But keep in mind, That's going to vary depending on how thick you slice the meat, how thin it is at this stage, several different things, how done you want it. I like mine to be, I don't like it to be super hard. I like it to be chewy. So my best advice is put it in the oven and check on it like every 20 minutes. The other key thing you want to do is crack the oven door, because we're trying to get rid of moisture. We don't want to trap it in the oven, so crack the door. And what I use is a ball of aluminum foil. After I put the rack in the oven, I pull the door back and I just put this in enough just to give it a crack so the moisture can get out of the oven. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, and once I think it looks pretty good on this side, I'll take it out, turn them all over, and finish dehydrating them. So we'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll get back to you. So there you have it. Jerky's done. It took just over 4 hours to do this, which is fine. I mean, I had things to do. You put it in the oven, check on it every now and then, and when it's done, pull it out. So it looks good. It smells awesome. So I'm hoping that if you guys like jerky, that's a quick way to make a nice batch of jerky. So pick up a box of LEM Products Backwoods Jerky Seasoning. 4 flavors in this package, and give it a try. So I hope you guys liked the video. Let me show you a piece of jerky real quick. Jerky. Hope you guys liked the video. I hope you check back on my channel to see what new videos are on the channel, and I'll see you next time.